This is Janata Television and you're watching English Bulletin with me, Yutsa Bhattrai. Welcome, the headlines first. Government can now call Constitutional Council meeting without opposition party. New ordinances cause uproar within NCP. Ruling party calls a secretariat meeting. Home Ministry transfers top cops. All 7 provinces get new police chief. Coronavirus overshadows influenza in Europe. Researchers say common flu takes as much lives as COVID-19. And a Fiji chairman of rugby union accused of homophobia. World Rugby Union begins investigation over allegations. And now the news in detail. President Vidyadevi Bhandari issued 2 ordinances yesterday upon the recommendation of Council of Ministers. President Bhandari issued the First Amendment to the Constitutional Council Function, Duties, Rights and Procedures Ordinances 2077 and the Second Amendment to the Political Party Ordinance 2077 according to a press statement issued by the President's office. The 2 ordinances were introduced as per Article 114(1) of the Constitution, reads the statement. The Political Party Ordinance has provision for dividing a party if either the Central Committee or the Parliamentary Party has 40% votes. Meanwhile, the Constitutional Council Ordinance allows the government to call for the Constitutional Council meeting without the participation of the main opposition party leader. The ruling Nepal Communist Party held its secretariat meeting at the Prime Minister's residence yesterday evening. The meeting was called without any prior notice after the government recommended the President to issue 2 ordinances without consulting the matter within the party first. NCP spokesperson Narayan Kaji Shrestha said that the ordinances were of serious nature and they were issued without holding discussions within the party. He said that the meeting was called to discuss the issue of ordinance when the country was grappling with coronavirus. According to Shrestha, the Prime Minister representing the Council of Ministers expressed his views regarding the ordinances, while the Secretariat members also presented their views with utmost importance. After the meeting, Shrestha said discussing the matter was profitless as the President had already issued the ordinance while the meeting was underway. Shrestha further said that the ordinance were of national importance and lamented that the issue was discussed within the party first. He hinted that the nature and timing of the meeting clearly reflected dissatisfaction among the party members when the government should have focused on party unity and coronavirus at the moment. Home Ministry has transferred 10 Deputy Inspector General of Nepal Police. The latest reshuffle in the police force has seen new chiefs in all 7 provinces and 2 bureaus of Nepal Police. DIG Ishwar Babu Karki has been appointed Chief of Province 1 Police Force. Likewise, DIG Dheeraj Pratap Singh has been handed the responsibility of the Chief of Province 2 Police, while DIG Basanta Lama has been appointed Chief of Bagmati Province. Similarly, DIG Ghanashyam Aryal has been transferred to Gandaki Province. DIG Ravindra Khanuk will be looking after Province 5. Basanta Panta has been appointed Chief of Karnali Province and Uttam Suvedi as Chief of Sudur Paschim Province. The Home Ministry has transferred DIG Sahakul Thapa to the CIB and Pradyuman Karki has been appointed Chief of the Special Bureau of Nepal Police. Likewise, DIG Neeraj Shahi has been transferred to the police headquarters. DIG Prakash Chand Karki has been handed the responsibility of Police Training Academy, while Arun BC has been transferred to the CIAA. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. We continue with other national news. The government has said it has conducted more than 33,500 tests of coronavirus until yesterday. Talking to the media persons during a regular press briefing yesterday, spokesman at the Health Ministry and Population Dr. Baishakh informed that the total of 33,562 tests have been performed in total for the coronavirus using both PRC and RDT methods. In the last 36 hours, 324 PCR tests were performed, which brings the total number of PCR tests to 8,414. Similarly, the number of RDT in the last 36 hours reached 3,019, which brings the total tests to 33,562.
Rapid diagnostic test बाट गरिने परीक्षणको संख्या 25,148 पुगेको छ। गत 24 घण्टामा 3,019 वटा परीक्षण भएका छन्। कुल PCR र RDT विधिबाट गरिने परीक्षणको संख्या 33,562 पुगेको छ। र्यापिड डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्टबाट गरिने परीक्षणको संख्या 25,148 पुगेको छ। गत 24 घण्टामा 3,019 वटा परीक्षण भएका छन्। कुल PCR र RDT विधिबाट गरिने परीक्षणको संख्या 33,562 पुगेको छ।
A total of 162 samples collected from Udaipur have been sent to the National Diagnostic Centre in take for analysis. A total of 5,578 samples have been tested from the far western province, 4,776 samples from Bagmati province, 3,751 from Gandaki province, 2,349 from Province 1, 2,324 from Province 5, 3,038 from Province 2 and 3,232 samples from Karnali province has been collected for analysis.
त्यसैगरी प्रदेश नम्बर 1 मा हालसम्म 2,349 वटा, प्रदेश नम्बर 2 मा 3,238 वटा, बागमती प्रदेशमा 4,676 वटा, गण्डकी प्रदेशमा 3,751 वटा, त्यसैगरी प्रदेश नम्बर 5 मा 2,324 वटा, कर्णाली प्रदेशमा 3,232 वटा र सुदूरपश्चिम प्रदेशमा 5,578 वटा हालसम्म RDT-बाट परीक्षण भइसकेको छ।
Of the 31 confirmed cases of coronavirus, 4 patients have been sent home after complete recovery, while the remaining 27 are being treated in hospitals across the nation. The government has started making preparations to lift the ban on domestic flights imposed since last month to contain the outbreak of coronavirus. The government is reportedly making plans to fix an appropriate date to lift the restrictions on both international and domestic flights after the ongoing COVID-19 lockdown ends on April 27th this month. The restriction on international flights will remain in effect till April 30. The decision will be made after making an analysis of COVID-19 situation in Nepal as well as the situation of other foreign countries, informed Yogesh Bhattrai, Minister of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation. The decision largely relies on Indian government's policies as Nepal shares a large area of open border with India.
किनकि हाम्रो आकाश चाहिँ धेरै होल्ड हुने, ट्राफिक जाम हुने, तल यो जहाजहरुको पार्किङको लटहरु कम भएको कारणले ज्यादा होल्ड हुने समस्या थियो। यो बनाइसकेपछि हाम्रो होल्ड हुने समस्या चाहिँ आकाशमा ट्राफिक जाम हुने समस्या अलिकति कम हुन्छ।
Open borders have been substantial risk of coronavirus infections from India, Minister Bhattrai further informed. The government had extended the lockdown for the second time on April 7 for 15 more days after an increase in COVID-19 cases in the nation. All national and international flights have also been suspended till 30th of April following the same decision. Youths from Lalitpur have donated blood to avoid blood scarcity in times of COVID-19 crisis and lockdown. More than 25 local youths donated blood at Baishak's Kalika temple premises yesterday. The blood donation camp was set up by Kalika Guti Trust, Baishakh. The organizers said that the blood donation was organized to avoid scarcity of blood in different hospitals during the lockdown. Different hospitals have been facing scarcity of blood after regular blood donations were halted due to the lockdown. And now the news from Economic Front. The year-on-year consumer price inflation has reached 6.7% in the current fiscal year compared to last year, according to the latest report of Nepal Rashtra Bank. The average inflation in the first 8 months of the current fiscal year stands at 6.5%, the central bank said in its current macroeconomic update. During the review period, food and beverages inflation stood at a staggering 9.33%, while the non-food inflation was at 4.69%. Among the food products, the prices of vegetables, spices, lentil, pulse and meat have increased. Among the non-edible items, the prices of education, health service, clothes and shoes have increased moderately. Inflation in Kathmandu during the review period stood at 7.61%, while that in the Tarai was 6.84%, 5.53% in the hills and 5.42% in the mountain areas. According to Nepal Rashtra Bank, merchandise import has reduced by 2.6%, while the country's export has increased by 22.2%. Remittance inflow has increased by 1.6% despite the lockdown. The country's balance of payment stands at a surplus of 27.84 billion. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Welcome back, and now the international news. Influenza, which each year kills hundreds of thousands of people worldwide, all but vanished in Europe last month as coronavirus lockdowns slowed transmission, according to EU data and scientists. According to Reuters, the Northern Hemisphere's winter flu outbreak normally runs from October until mid-May, and in some seasons have claimed lives on the scale of COVID-19 despite the existence of a vaccine. Influenza killed 152,000 people in Europe in 2017-18 winter so far. COVID-19 has taken nearly 100,000 lives across the continent, albeit in a shorter period of time. A virologist at the Frankfurt University Hospital said the flu season ended earlier than usual this year, and this is probably due to the measures taken regarding coronavirus. Laboratories have been overwhelmed with COVID-19 and have had fewer flu samples at disposal. Fewer data and delays in processing information could affect the quality of vaccines for 2021 winter season. The composition of is usually decided in September based on samples collected at the start of the year. Scientists have discovered that a comet called 21 Borisov is surprisingly different in its composition from comets hailing from our celestial neighborhood. According to Reuters, the comet is the second interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system. Researchers say gas coming off 21 Borisov contain high amounts of carbon monoxide. The content is far more than comets formed in our solar system, ICE researchers said yesterday. Carbon monoxide, poisonous to humans, is common as a gas in space and forms as ice only in the most frigid locations. The presence of so much carbon monoxide, the researchers said, suggests 21 Borisov was formed in a different manner than comets in our solar system. It was probably formed in a very cold outer region of its home star system or around a star cooler than the Sun. The comet was detected in August 2019 by amateur astronomer G. Borisov. It is estimated to be about 1 kilometer wide. Comets essentially are snowballs composed of frozen gases, rock and dust that orbit stars. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. World Rugby Union has begun investigations after the chairman of Fiji Rugby Union was charged of homophobia and discrimination, BBC reported. The probe has reportedly backed the International Rugby Union's chairman Sir Bill Beyondmount's proposal of re-elections of the union, BBC quoted the Sunday Times. Francis Keane, the Fiji chairman, has faced a severe backlash and is under immense pressure to stand down from his post. According to BBC, the allegations against Keane, who has already been convicted of manslaughter in 2007, are being taken extremely seriously by the World Rugby, the sport's governing body. Meanwhile, information regarding plans to complete the 2019-2020 season will be provided to all of UEFA's 55 national associates via video conference later today, Europe's football's governing body has said. According to the BBC, the UEFA aspires to finish the ongoing season by August, except Belarus, where the league is still suspended. Today's meeting will see a follow-back on Thursday by a meeting of UEFA's Executive Committee. In addition, it is anticipated UEFA will confirm that it will listen to requests to end domestic leagues early, BBC reported. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. President issues 2 ordinances. Government can now call Constitutional Council meeting without opposition party. New ordinances cause uproar within NCP. Ruling party calls a secretariat meeting. Home Ministry transfers top corps. All 7 provinces get new police chief. Coronavirus overshadows influenza in Europe. Researchers say common flu takes as much lives as COVID-19. And a Fiji chairman of Rugby Union accused of homophobia. World Rugby Union begins investigations over allegations. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website JanataSamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to follow government directives of the lockdown and follow healthy hygienic practices to keep safe from any infection. Keep washing your hands, keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.